Yeah, there's nothing else we do. We play this 22-point ring of favor here. We know he has no answer to it, so this is going to put us up a huge amount, and that's kind of the power of this. We're up to almost 10 points. It's just a 22, which is so big. There's nothing in our graveyard for that. So we'll play our Ciri Nova for carryover, get carryover to round 2. And you'll notice here that he successfully made us mill as well. We only have 5 cards in our deck coming up. So I'm pretty sure we're set up better to handle this situation than he is. Today we're playing this deck, which is Ciri Nova, Golden Nekkar, Mill. So the reason why we're playing this is just that Mill's really popular, so I thought I'd make a video about it. And it runs a lot of the new cards in one deck. That's the biggest thing. I want to make a deck where I can run a bunch of the new cards at once, try them out. And we can actually run almost half of the neutral cards in this deck, which is kind of impressive. Actually, more than half. So that's what we're doing here. With this deck, we went 9-1. We have a 90% win rate, which is kind of crazy. I didn't realize the Mill would be this good after the patch. It's so strong, but you can still beat it, obviously. Just don't be running decks with a lot of thinning if Mill's popular. So, as far as the deck actually goes, we have the Ciri Nova Golden Nekkar. So this gives you our plays. Golden Nekkar is amazing in this deck because Mill always lacks tempo. So you play this and it's a tempo card. And that's really good. It fits really well in Mill. And I like it in general, so we're running this. We have several artifacts, which are the Tome, Puzzle Box, and Vial of Knowledge. We have several special cards, so Invocation and Teleport. Teleportation, I always call it Teleport. And we have a bunch of units. Naturally, you want to use your leader and Snowdrop before the Golden Nekkar if you can, so you avoid getting Mage Assassin or something for the unit, but you don't have to. And as far as the rest of the deck's pretty standard. Got the Teleport, we've got the Kingslayers, the Traherne, all that good stuff. Let's talk about the new cards in the deck for a second, other than Golden Nekkar. You have Ring of Favor for round 1. You wait as long as possible to make this a massive play, but don't wait too long because if the opponent knows you have this in your hand. If you full bind too much, they might just pass and count on this getting discarded and you not having enough tempo, so be careful about that. And then we have the Arcane Tome. This tutors out your Golden Nekkar or your Invocation, usually Golden Nekkar. You probably only get one use because the opponent is not going to use it because it mills them a card. Well, it thins their deck by cards, so you mill them more effectively. So they're probably not going to use this. And then we have the Mysterious Puzzle Box. This card's really good. In this deck in particular, it's really good because you often end up round 3. If it goes to round 3, you might have like a Kingslayer you can't play, a Traherne you can't play, something like that. And then you can just transform it with the Puzzle Box, ideally. If you lose the ante on this, it's not too bad, because you'll usually have an Invocation or a Vilgeforce you can remove a 13 with. Some cards get more value from their deploy than just being a 13, so keep that in mind. And then we have the Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. This is really good. It's an 8 for 4 after Vitality goes. It's an order, so you can protect your engines. That's not a big deal in this deck, but if both players have it, it comes out of the deck, and that will effectively thin their deck by 1, helping you mill. So that's actually really good when it comes out of the deck. It helps you. Those are new cards in here. Pretty interesting. They do quite well. And as far as the rest of the deck, it's pretty standard mill stuff. Special note about Ciri Nova here. Ciri Nova is really handy in a mill mirror if you win round 1. Because if you're playing a mill mirror, what's going to end up happening is you're both going to have no cards left for round 3. And then Ciri Nova carries over 8 points, you get a free win. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Keep in mind, though, against other mill players, you are playing Golden Nekkar. You probably don't want to play it, actually, because you're going to lose too many cards. You thin quite a bit, so you're going to have to 2-0 them and then play the Ciri Nova. Of course, they can probably do the same thing to you, so we'll kind of see how that goes. We'll see if we have any mirror matches today. Cards to note here are Necromancy. I am not running. You can run Necromancy. I'm just not a big fan. It's too low of a tempo play for me. Kind of like Teleport, but it's lower. It's much more provisions for that play. You can run the Necromancy if you want an extra mill card. Wouldn't blame you too much. Doadric's probably the slot you take out here. I just like Doadric for the extra engine value on the Snowdrop and the ability to make sure you get your cards. But that's the deck. We went 9-1 with this. 90% win rate. Certainly a good deck. I'm not sure why it's so strong, but it worked out really well. So let's just see how these games went. Alright, we're going up against... Okay, we're going up against Guerilla Tactics. That's interesting. Now, as far as the deck here, What you want to do, ideally, is have your Mage Assassins in a Fawn in your hand, along with Snowdrop. We don't have that right now. We have one Mage Assassin, one Fawn, no Snowdrop. That's okay. We're going second. He has Cursed Scroll, and he's going to thin his deck for us. This should be a pretty easy mill, honestly. We just have to survive the 2-0. Against decks that don't thin very much, we don't actually have enough to mill them out. So this is like, if they don't play a tutor card anywhere in their deck, you might not be able to mill them, which is quite annoying. But here we're going to look for a scenario or something. Okay, so he's playing traps. That's good to know. Let's get rid of Call the Forest. Normally I would leave him Call the Forest because it thins his deck by 1 when he plays it. And if there's no cards in his deck, it's a 0-point play. But we have to avoid the 2-0 here, and since we know he's going to play the Saskia Commander, he's going to thin his deck enough for us that we don't have to worry about it. So we need to stop this combo, otherwise it's too much points. So like I was saying, we have to, knowing his Saskia Commander is going to mill his deck, thin his deck a whole bunch for us, so we don't need to worry about that much. There's the Milva Sharpshooter. So since we don't have to worry about that, we'll just get rid of his other card. We'll get rid of it there. Because our lose condition here is round 2, he has Eldain Vernacio, where the traps. So if it make it less consistent for him to get that, that's good for us. Okay, so I guess this is not really what he wanted, but he double leadered. He's going down a lot on tempo, but he does have Saskia Commander out. We know he's running a Milva. No Snowdrop makes this a little annoying. We do that Ring of Favor play, though, and we have Mysterious Puzzle Box. We could go for it. There's the first trap. So as long as we can spread out his traps, I think he's thinning his deck more. We don't have a Kingslayer, by the way, so that's a little awkward. We're going to have to try and draw one. Let's go Tibor. Okay, that's pretty convenient. The only thing is we can't actually kill that, so I guess we try and RNG it with Tactical Decision. I said we're going to redraw anyway, so we should do it now. There's a small chance we hit it with this Mage Assassin. If we don't, that's okay. We want these redraws anyway, because we really want to find a Kingslayer. We didn't find one. I guess we'll put back the teleport then. Okay, we missed, but that's okay. Over tempo play. And yeah, we can't actually kill this Milva, which is kind of sad. I mean, we could have invocationed it, but he's double leadered already, so I'm not really wanting to do that. There's a movement. Milva's on the field, buddy. Okay, there's that. He's going to use the Milva Order next turn. Obviously, let's go Arcane Tome here. And let's get our Golden Nekkar out. There's our Snowdrop, there's a Teleport, and there's a Vial. Fun fact for Teleport, by the way, guys. Teleport is really handy on your Imperial Golem if you're forced to play it early. Let's just replay this. We could, I don't want to make Tibor tall. Like, we could reset Tibor to 13. But I'm concerned there's a heat wave or something in here. Actually, it won't be a heat wave because he's running Devotion. I'm just concerned that there might be some kind of tall removal. Because you can just use the teleport to do a reset on a unit that's not a bronze. So we could have reset Tibor, but I don't really want Tibor to be that tall right now. I don't think we need the extra points over the Mage Assassin that much. We can kind of see here, we got a big tempo play there. We got Snowdrop, we got the Vial, and we got the Teleport. Teleport didn't do too much there, but the Vial's going to give us 8 points over that time. Snowdrop's a 6, pretty big play. We could have reset the Tibor, like I said, but I'm kind of concerned he might have a random tall removal. That's how we lose the round, especially while he has the Arcane Tome here to tutor it out if he wants it. That's just me making a bomb. See what he moves. Yeah, that's probably what I expected. I think we go... Okay, there's a Pyrotechnician. And there's the Row Trap. We could still reset Tibor, but I think we go Artorias Vigo here. Where is the Kingslayer? Let's start banishing. There's another Crushing Trap. Okay, so he can't get another Crushing Trap without the dude who creates a trap. And if that card's gone, that's good. So I wanted to play that this round. See if we can't get him to play it. If he has it, he's going to play it now because our row's pretty full. I want him to play it. He's going to go with him making a bomb. So damage there. Get Milva into his deck. Hardly a surprise. He's used all of his leader abilities, and we still have the Ring of Favor. So that's kind of what we're banking on here is a big tempo play we still have, and why I'm not too concerned about the round. Honestly, if we have the Ring of Favor, it probably was worth resetting Tibor earlier for those extra 3 points. Okay, there is that. Sabretooth's gone. There's Milva again. So he kind of knows we can't kill Milva at this point. It's just a bit annoying, but whatever. There's another Witcher guy. Let's go Contarella. There's a Maxi. Just play the Maxi. What's our deck look like? That's pretty good. No Arcane Tome this turn. And let's see what he does here. As you can see, like, he's going to be milled out round 3. So I think we play Ring of Favor next to get that tempo boost. And at this point, I'm convinced he has no tall removal. I'm pretty convinced. He's trying to get damage with his Sabretooth. Go with that Djinn box, too. There's a Verification. I'm kind of surprised he didn't play that on the Arcane Tome, honestly. So we could go Ring of Favor here, or we can go Ciri Nova for carryover. Let's go the Ciri Nova carryover route. He might pass here, but we can Invocation the Bear. That's -10. And honestly, it doesn't matter if we go down 2 cards if we're milling him so much round 3. If we win this round and we go to round 3, we should be fine. Yeah, he's going to pass here. That's okay. So we're going to go down. The Ring of Favor turns to Golem. That's fine. So what we're going to do here is just go with a couple cards. You'll notice we're going to go down 2, which normally is something you don't want to do. But look at his deck. He's got 4 cards. If we win the round, he only draws 1 round 3. And that's not great for him. And there's our 10-point Golem. He doesn't have any high power units in his deck, so that's a pretty safe play. And now we will take the Bear with this Invocation. Yeah, we have to take the Bear. He gets another couple points here. And we win the round. And now we mill him round 2. And then round 3, can't draw any cards. And we should be good. We get a card advantage there. Even though we gave him 1 here, winning the round is more important because we can go with our own carryover advantage. And we do have the Ciri Nova carryover. So he'll have to commit more. We don't want the Elder Bear. Mata's a free draw if he has no cards in his deck, so we're going to banish this one. It's Jorvith's Gambit. It's a good choice for him not to play that, but it's also a lot of provisions he couldn't use. He's going to play a Trap here. Courier, by the way, I forgot to mention, you can use Courier to stack either for Contarella, or you can stack your own deck when you're like round 3 like this. And we can try and stack the last Mage Assassin we didn't get to bring it out. We didn't get it. That's okay. There's a Spring Trap. Or, well, not a Spring Trap. That's not even a card. The Incinerating Trap. That's what I meant. Another trap here. We'll go with Armada. It's just a free draw. And these cards are better than using the Djinn box, I think, because we don't want to give him a 13 at this point. We don't have a control tool to get rid of it. So we'll just use it for a 7-point unit. And he's not going to draw any cards round 3. This is kind of the point of mill. Okay, there he is. We knew that was in his deck still. Let's go Doadric, I guess. Or Puzzle Box. Maybe we don't play Doadric. There's a Pyrotechnician. We'll play this here. He's down a lot of points, so I think he has to Eldain. Let's put that on the bottom. I think he has to Eldain. But I think he does get it with the Eldain, with 1 card. So we'll have to see here. But then again, he's not going to draw anything. This is the whole point of mill. He can't draw. He's going to spring that trap. Let's spring this bomb. Fire the bomb. There's the Serpent Trap we knew he had. And this is going to be Eldain. But then he has no cards left for round 3. And he can't draw, so we get a free win. And this is how mill works. This is how mill works. Isn't this fascinating, guys? Don't you love this deck? It's really exciting, isn't it? Let's see what we have here. It doesn't matter what card we play because he has no cards. So let's just play the Elder Bear because why not? Throw down the Elder Bear and then we'll pass. And this will be a GG here. And this is exactly how the deck is supposed to work. GG. Alright, into the next game here. Oh, okay, we got, right off the bat, we both got our Vials for Knowledge out. He's playing Assimilate, which is problematic because Assimilate can make more mill cards than you can. Right? They get more Kingslayers than you because of Duchess's Informants. They can get your other cards that mill. And Assimilate is a leader ability that also can play mill, so we have to watch out for that. Let's just look at his deck first. Okay, it's standard Assimilate. You've probably seen this deck 100 times by now. This is standard Assimilate list with Rune Mage. Rune Mage makes the deck better than it was before. So I think we're fine here. We'll just do the mill attempts. He's going to see we're playing mill. Let's try and hit Artois or something big right here. We'll hit Bribery. Anything that stops him from getting our mill cards is good. And we don't actually have a, what's it called? A Kingslayer in our hand here, which is good for us. We don't really want a Kingslayer right now. Like, we do want it, but we don't want to give him ways to consider emoting him to say hello now that he knows we're playing mill. But considering that we don't have a Kingslayer, means you can't touch his Informant it, which means we keep our gold cards and our bronze cards we want to keep as well. There's the coup. He's just going to try and discard our cards. That's fine. It's a really low tempo play, and tempo is actually what he needs here. I think that this might not be a good idea. There's Doadric. I'm not sure that's worth it for him, honestly. It's only a 6-point play, and I think he should be more concerned about the tempo round 1 than actually becoming a mill deck himself. So, what do we want to play here? We only have a Fawn. So our leader isn't great, but we can Snowdrop first if we want. Honestly, we don't have a great hand. We could just YOLO the Golden Nekkar. I think we will. There's Mata, there's Teleport, and there is something else we can't quite see. The Teleport's not going to do very much. And there is our puzzle box. Okay, let's go with this. Let's transform here. What do we want to transform? Let's go with teleportation. We have both our Vilgefortz and our Invocation in our hand, so we have removal tools for the 13 power guy when he gets it, and hopefully he bids a pretty high provision card unit so we can get rid of it from his hand, and we'll Vilgefortz it. There's not really anything else we want to use a Vilgefortz on in his deck, so this is probably going to be the best use of both cards. Let's see what he picked. I mean, we don't get to see what he picked, but, you know. Okay, he gets to see what we drew here, because you can use this cooldown 1 to see what's in their deck again. So he knows what cards we drew. He knows we're holding Artorias Vigo Unification. He's going to give them Mata Spying. It's not the best Artois card, honestly, so I don't mind too much. Let's go with the Artorias Vigo. Get ourselves a Kingslayer. And banish this. Now, remember here that he is playing a Jean Calvite. So he's not going to play that Jean Calvite until we've Kingslayered, because otherwise we banish all of his good cards from his deck. So that's... Okay, I think the right choice there was to kill the Kingslayer, by the way. If you kill the Kingslayer, they can't teleport it. And usually that's a pretty good thing to stop happening. Now we could Snowdrop Leader with just the Afan. It's not ideal, but we can use the Couriers to trigger the other cards. Alright, now he's been waiting for this. What's he going to banish? Our Golem. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, emote me, buddy. I know. I don't care. Alright, what do we want to do here? I think it's the Snowdrop. Do this. So we got Courier, Kingslayer. We do want the Kingslayer, I think. Let's put the Courier back and T-War probably. And we'll go with this tactical decision here. Oh, we should get a Mage Assassin. At least one here. Should get at least one. We didn't get any. So that's not perfect, but, you know, is what it is. I don't think we want the Arcane Tome necessarily. Let's play Invocation back, though, because we can actually use the Tome to get Invocation. Yeah, we put the Tome... We put the Invocation back, so we use the Tome to get it. Now, we do have the play for a Ring of Favor. Let's see what he goes for. Blight Maker, he's thinning his deck. That's a bit risky. Go with our other Kingslayer here. We'll banish. Like, you can see here that we're not relying on the RNG. Like, you usually mill only one if you have the RNG to banish their good cards. We don't need that. We can still win just by banishing 4 provision cards. I'm not sure he wants the Mata, honestly. I'm not sure about that play, but he did it. Triggers our Snowdrop. Let's go... We could Ring of Favor here. Let's Arcane Tome. Let's get the Invocation. Let's take the Mata. Mata is an incredible card for our deck. So we'll take that Mata back. It's really good if we get another one. And then if he plays it off the top with something, like he's running a Guerilla, or he plays it again, then, okay, he's going to banish the Mata. That's fine. He's going to decide with the leader ability here. He's trying to win this round. That's okay. We have to keep in mind he does have the thing from the box still. He's going to play his own Invocation. He's going to take Snowdrop, I'm sure. Yes, he did. That's fine. We don't want to T-bore him out of Snowdrop, I don't think. That's not really helpful for us. I'm going to say we could save this for thing from the box. Just give him the Snowdrop. And then we'll hit it with a Collar. We don't have no use for a Collar. That's pretty good. And then we have our Ring of Favor. I think we'll play that pretty soon. There's thing from the box. We can Vilgefortz that, like I mentioned. And let's see. Okay. What's he? He knows every card in our hand now. He should know every card in our hand. He just checked again with the Vial. Okay, that's called skill, guys. That's called skill. And we're up quite a bit now. Then we have our Ring of Favor here. He's play for like 20 points. That's huge. Vilgefortz milling his deck. He's going to go for a Ciri Nova. He doesn't have the deploy, I'm sure, because we've looked in his deck already. And he's down to 5 cards already. We will play our Ring of Favor here for a huge amount of points. He knows we have it, so he'll probably pass. He's already Invocationed. We know he has no control other than the Invocation, so he can't answer this Ring of Favor. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, there's nothing else we do. We play this 22-point Ring of Favor here. We know he has no answer to it, so this is going to put us up a huge amount, and that's kind of the power of this. We're up to almost 10 points. It's just a 22, which is so big. There's nothing in our graveyard for that. So we'll play our Ciri Nova for carryover, get carryover to round 2. And you'll notice here that he successfully made us mill as well. We only have 5 cards in our deck coming up to round 3. But I'm pretty sure we're set up better to handle this situation than he is. And honestly, we can probably just 2-0 him. So we have Courier into Mage Assassins a 9. That's pretty good. But unfortunately, this is going to be a loss. Because when we looked at his deck earlier, we did see he had Mushy Truffle, Rune Mage, he still has Jean Calvi, he still has Joachim, he's got his Echoed Coup. Those are all very high value cards, so I think we lose here. Our best chance is that one of those is in his deck, we can Contarella it, and it wasn't. So we'll put this on top. If we Contarella that, it's our biggest tempo play, and that's good for us. We don't know what card he transformed into thing from the box either, so there's the Joachim. And that's a lot of tempo for him. So we do know he has Rune Mage, Mushy Truffle, Illusionist is his other last card, and there was one more, the Coup. So those are his 4 cards. One of those turned into thing from the box, one of the Hypervision ones, and there's the Jean Calvi. So he has Illusionist is one of his cards for sure, and that's not a very big tempo play. We'll go here. The thing is, though, he has enough points that he'll win. Unless he carries over Mushy Truffle. No, I think he wins. That's pretty unfortunate. That's okay. We don't always deserve to win with Mill. That's for sure. There's the Coup. So his last card is Mushy Truffle or Rune Mage, and then Illusionist, which should get him a win, but he's going to disconnect. I am not sure about that one. Because either Rune Mage or Mushy Truffle wins him round 3. I am not sure about this. Wait, he's leaving a winning game. Yeah, our only chance was for that offensive courier to give us something good for Contarella, but turns out that he's just going to DC, even though he had this game won. That's weird. And he saw our entire deck. He knows what our deck is. He knows what cards are left. Alright, well guys, this is one way you can win with Mill. Just let them DC and just take a free win, I guess. Alright, we're going up against another Assimilate player here. So this time we're going to put back the Kingslayer so he can't Duchess Informant it. As you saw last game, he actually got a pretty decent mill on us. I think he had, well, he did have a chance of winning because the only cards he had left were Illusionist, which was a 5-point play, and then I think it was a second turning Joust was his last card. So he had 9 points left and we knew we were going to win that. He's going to go for the Blightmaker here. He's thinning his deck for us, which is pretty handy. And we're just not going to play Kingslayer so he can't mill us. That seems pretty good. Let's go Mata here. We'd like to draw the Golden Nekkar. And we do. We should have... We could have gotten Tibor instead, I think. Was the other non-Persian option. We're holding a lot of them right now. But yeah, so this time we're going to go with a no Kingslayer round 1. We're not going to mill him very hard, but he's going to mill himself for us. And I think he's just going to assume that he can get enough tempo that he goes for a 2-0 here. Let's try here. None of these cards are good. There's a bomb here. Why is there a Northern Wind? Whatever. You can have the Duchess Informant because we're not going to be playing a Kingslayer here. And when we do get to playing Kingslayers next round, it'll be too late for him to really get a good banish. Okay, let's see what he sends. Again, this is not a tempo play. So he's trying to mill us a bit here. Let's see what he hits. It doesn't really matter what he hits, honestly. Guerilla. That makes sense. Let's go with... Maybe we could go Dowadric and try and get more hands set up. But let's just play this first. We want that Vitality going. And if he Invocations Mata, he ends up drawing himself another card. So I want her to be the tallest thing we have. He's going to Spying her. Again, I'm not sure that's the best target, but whatever. We have Mage Assassin and a Thon. We could go Dowadric here and then use his order. Okay, that's a Courier. I don't think we want the Courier. Yeah, let's put that back. Yeah, we're going to play no Kingslayers this round, and then we're just going to try and mill him next round. We're going to rely on him thinning himself a bit. It's because we know that Nilfgaard tends to play a lot of thinning consistency cards. It's why their decks are so consistent, really. That was a great sentence as well. So we do know that he will do that. There is the Tourney Jousts. Gonna use it on himself. Not too surprising. We're kind of looking for our last Mage Assassin right now. Or Snowdrop. One of those two would be ideal. Put Invocation back. I think we're going to play the Puzzle Box. I just want to use it. And we don't really need Invocation here. We'll Leader first. We don't have Snowdrop, but I think we need the tempo points here. And we'll get a couple draws here. So 1, 2. And the reason, by the way, we put Invocation back is that we can get it with the Arcane Tome, which we'll get off of the Golden Nekkar. It's our only artifact remaining. We'll go here, go Kingslayer, and we'll go Golden Nekkar because it'll give us Teleport or Invocation, depending on what we want. I'm just kidding, it's a random card. But we'll see what happens. He might go for a card we want Invocation. Second Trey Heron wouldn't be too bad here, although it's a low tempo play. Let's see here. Let's draw here. It's Courier. Not amazing. Let's go with... Your favor is still pretty big. Let's go with the box. And we will get rid of our Golden Nekkar here. Reason why, again, is he'll probably end up milling us with the Kingslayers at some point. So this is kind of hedging our bets here. This does mean we lose access to our Invocation, but like I said, there's nothing we really want to Invocation in his deck. There is that guy. He's going to do the Kingslayer, like right here. See, he's starting to mill us now. I knew this was going to happen once we played the Artorias Vigo. So that's when we got rid of the Golden Nekkar. Because now we might... Otherwise we'd start milling ourselves too hard. Let's put the thing from the box in our deck. It'll be a good play coming up in later rounds. So we're going to get most of our deck. He might banish it, which would be unfortunate, but he has a very small chance of doing that, right? He's probably going to have one more banish this round. And let's see what he goes for here. There is the Jean Calvite. That is a bold move. Yeah, and this is what you get punished for. I think it's... well, let's do this, actually. We can pull the Artwad off. Yep, it's Artwad. We can pull him off. Because he's not going to be very valuable for the Vilgefortz here. And we can banish the next card still with the Kingslayer. There's the Joachim into the Artorias Vigo. He's going to get another Kingslayer here. We still have Ring of Favor, though. Ring of Favor is huge. He's up by 8, and he's in a leader here. So he's probably going to Kingslayer us again. We do want to play our Kingslayer, but the tempo might be too low. We'll have to see what he does here. Because if he passes, Ring of Favor doesn't do very much, because it gets banished. There's the Kingslayer he went for. Okay, he's going to go Mage Assassin banish for us. That's good. I think we Ring of Favor this turn. If we wait, it's kind of risky. How much is it? Is it 20? I mean, that's a lot. Click this. Teleport. We'll put back. And we'll see what he does here. We're up on even. He has no leader. And we're milling him kind of okay right now. We do that Ciri Nova carryover. If he keeps going, and he will pass here. So with this win on even, we should be able to secure our game plan. And moving forward, we should be able to take care of what he has here. Let's see, there's a teleportation, that's good. There's a snowdrop, there's a Tibor. These are all mill cards. And honestly, I think we can just mill his whole deck out. We'll mill him down, he can't draw. Typical play here. Banish off the top, get the Tourney Joust. Don't care about the quality of his cards, we just care that he doesn't have them. We'll teleportation that next turn, and then we will go into the snowdrop. So much truffle for Illusionist. There it is, but none of these are engine cards, so it's not too big of a value play for him. And we will go into the teleportation here. We'll banish again, we get his coup. And let's see what he wants to do next. There's the Emissary. Let's go Tibor here, pull another card out of his deck. It's the second Illusionist. Well, the Illusionist that didn't come from Mushy Truffle. That's gone. He will Invocation the Tibor. That's not super good for us. Let's play our Ciri Nova for some carryover. You can't steal this anymore, and that carryover will be pretty valuable. And what we can do here is we know he has a Tibor, so we'll leave Thing from the box in our deck. Okay, there's a Heat Wave. So we'll pass here. We'll just leave Thing from the box in our deck, and then he should pull it out with the Tibor and making Tibor a 0-point play. And that'll be pretty strong for the round 3, because I think he'll have to rely on that Tibor. And he might have forgotten about the Thing from the box, honestly. Draw our Courier, our Invocation, our other Courier. There's nothing good for Courier to target in our deck, because no mage stats. We do have Imperial Golem, I think, from the box. I do want to draw the Imperial Golem. We can have this instead. There's a 50-50. He pulls the Golem with Tibor. Either way, the Tibor is only a 6 or a 7. We do have our Invocation. There's a Squirrel. It's pretty low. We could have gone for leaving the Thing from the box and the Golem in our deck. But I want to draw the Golem because it's much higher value. And we do have this redraw here. So I think here we will put back the Golem and teleportation. Could have put back the Courier and gone with the Golem. But I really want to see this high roll where he pulls out our Golem. It's obviously not the best play, but I think it'd be pretty funny. And I'm pretty sure we won at this point. Pretty sure we won at this point anyway. If you guys can tell, I'm not super serious about this deck. There's a Kingslayer creation. Play the Golden Froth. He's got some points here, whatever. We'll Courier. Nothing in our deck to do. And we'll see what he has here. He shouldn't have any gold cards left because we've seen him play pretty much everything in his deck. So, I don't know. Do we want to emote him here? I guess we could. Alright, let's emote him here. He sees our deck. He knows what's going to happen here. He's going to stack the non-Imperial Golem, which is a bit unfortunate, but Tibor is still a 6, so we win this game. Or Tibor's an 8, rather. It's not enough, because we can just Invocation it. And this is going to be a win. I wanted to pull out the Golem, though. It's unfortunate. Well, GG. We'll take the win here. And yeah, deck's doing pretty well, isn't it? Next game here. Imperial formation. You'd think this is soldiers, but like I said in the other videos, Imperial formation has become a mill deck for some reason. Well, it's for a Fawn. 11-point play with a Fawn coming out. Let's see here. We do have Snowdrop. We have a Mage Assassin and our own Fawn. That's really good. Golem we can use later. And we'll just kind of pretend he's not on mill deck and just assume he's playing soldiers, because that's what wholesome people do. They play soldiers. They don't play mill. Let's go here. He's going to Trey-earn us. That's fine. Who's a Kingslayer. And as you can see, he's playing a mill deck. We'll give him a tiny benefit of the doubt here, but there's a Guerilla, so no, we're not. I'll say we can give him the tiny benefit of the doubt because sometimes you put Trey-earn in a deck as a filler card for 6 provisions. If you're trying to get a random discard win, you can do that. And he's going to shuffle the Guerilla back. But yeah, this is 100% a mill deck. Going to banish the Sergeant. What I was thinking earlier is it might be a Shoop deck. But with seeing... We'll see what this is. It's Guerilla. With Guerilla, you can kind of... Oh, come on. That's not really fair, is it? No, I'm just kidding. We do that kind of stuff, too. I don't care. And Guerilla will fix her artwork for a second there. So if the art gets bugged, just right-click on the card to zoom in, and then it should be fixed. I will tome, or we can teleport. Let's do teleportation first. I'll banish another card. That was his teleportation, yeah. With the teleportation, it kind of tells us it is mill, not Shoop. Because if you're running Shoop, you can't guarantee you have that Kingslayer to play the teleport on. There is his own Mata, naturally. So he's played 2 Matas, and we played 0. Feels good. She's an agent, right? Yeah. So we can get the Zeal on our Dowadric when we want it. We'll banish a Kingslayer from him. And we'll kind of see where this goes. Our winning play here, by the way, okay, is Tibor and Vilgefortz. Alright, that was good for him and bad for us. So again, you got lucky with the Guerilla. You got lucky there. We'll go Snowdrop. Like I was saying, our winning play here is to play Ciri Nova at the end of round 2. Because neither of us are going to have cards for round 3. So if we go for the Ciri Nova at the end of round 2, he'll have 0 cards, we'll have 0 cards, but we'll have 8 points of resilience carryover. The thing is, we kind of need to draw the Ciri Nova. We just drew so many cards and didn't get her. Golden Nekkar is not a great card here, because it thins our deck quite a bit. And if he's milling us, that's not great. But we might have to play it for Ciri Nova round 2, we'll see. We really want the Ciri Nova, otherwise this isn't going to go well. There's a coup onto our Guerilla. He's going to take the Arcane Tome, that's fine. That's not a card I wanted to play. He might use it for Invocation, but no. It's okay. So that coup was a 0-point play. Fantastic for us. That gave us our power back here. Let's put on top of his deck this Kingslayer. We can Guerilla that to mill him another card. That's not bad. We do have to watch out for his own Ring of Favor. Okay, he's just going to sword this and mill us again. And he takes our Invocation. This guy is getting awfully lucky here. Real lucky, that's for sure. But now we'll just take the Snowdrop back. Guess we'll do this. Try and find our Ciri Nova again. We do get her. We don't really want this Golden Nekkar, but I think we'll use it for the box next round. He's already Invocationed. There's the Blue Dream, because why not play another Guerilla? This is how he mills us. And he gets our Imperial Golem. Could he get any better? Like, could these be any better of RNG for him? I don't think they could. I think this is peak RNG. I'll take this. I think we do want the box now. No, these cards are better. Still Ring of Favor. He's milling us much better than we're milling him, and this will be another card gone. And it's that Mage Assassin, which he just revealed, so he knew that was going to happen. Let's play our Ciri Nova here. We need to 2-0 him, but that's his last removal card. Like, we're not going to be able to mill him out because he shuffled that card back in earlier. And we don't get our mill cards because he took too many of them at this point. Tibor, we'll let the Kingslayer so we can't use it. You get the Ring of Favor play coming up. But like I said here, originally we were going to plan for that Ciri Nova carryover, and there's a Colgrim because, you know...
Justice, a trial by ordeal.
Ring of Favor is really big here, so we're going to go for it. But like I said, we need this round 2, because at this point, he's milled us much better than we milled him. There's not much we can do about that. Let's go with this 24-point play here. That is a huge number. And let's see if he can come back from that. Like, he's milled us much better than we've milled him. And we couldn't use our Ciri Nova carryover into round 3 to win game plan. So instead, we're just have to go for the 2-0 ourselves on him. And see if that works here. His RNG on his Cantarellas was kind of incredible, honestly. So we will have a difficult time overcoming that. And we really do not want to play this Golden Nekkar because we can mill ourselves round 2. We can't have no cards round 2. Because that's just a definitely losing scenario. So this Ring of Favor has to carry us here. But we do know he has no more removal cards, so it should be good. And there is the pass as we expected. And this Golden Nekkar is going to turn into the thing from the box here. There's no way he antes something higher than that in his deck, I don't think. And we just have to go for the 2-0 here. Ciri Nova's carryover will help with that for sure. What's the last card in our deck here? Puzzle Box is the one card I want. We'll transform the Golden Nekkar. So normally you wouldn't keep the Golden Nekkar here because it wouldn't do anything, but we need to transform it with the Puzzle Box. I'm like 90% sure this will get transformed. I don't think he'll ante something higher than it. And Ciri Nova's carryover here will really help us out a bit. See what he picked. There is a poison onto Ciri Nova's Veil. That is not something you do. Okay, he actually got something higher than the Golden Nekkar. Oh boy. It's probably Coup. He probably transformed his Coup. So we'll go with the Narzica Sergeant on top. That is not great, honestly. Won't lie about it. We have a 0-point card in hand then from Golden Nekkar. It was risky to keep it, but Teleport's also a 0-point card. Okay, there's a poison, so he probably has another poison in his hand. We play this Vial of Knowledge here. The reason we didn't play earlier is because when he showed us that first poison, I wanted to make sure he didn't poison the thing we boost. So we let him do the second poison first, and then we play the boost card. We lose out on Vitality, but at least we get something big poisoned. Well, I mean, I think we just... Do we pass? Okay, it's irrelevant that we have a 0-point card left because he couldn't win.